Bradley asked this question in the comments. If an app completely has 0 downloads, what kind of advice do you have for an app that has 0 downloads? What can they do to try to get keyword rankings?
So as we first discussed, they should start with the keyword optimization. Also, what we are offering to our clients is that they should be aware that which category they are working on. So what we have seen from over and over again, for instance, for gaming apps, search has like 50% of the downloads, but for photo and video apps, the downloads coming from search is in total 85% of the organic downloads. So this is really important. If you are doing anything, first you should be knowing what's your market about, and you should be focusing on that. If that is a game app, they should try to run some ads and see whether they are getting any downloads or not. But definitely every app should first do their keyword optimization. Then they can start to try different user acquisition channels to whether it clicks for their category or not. So this is not like a single advice, but they should be aware of their category and how they should approach to the problem.
Mel, you got something to add? You seem like you got something to add.
I know. I just wanted to, that's actually a question we have a lot because we work a lot with like indie developers as well, and we always advise them to, when they do their keyword research, at that point to start targeting actually quite lower volume and even more relevant, but long tail. And so, for instance, imagine you want to target the word poker game. Well, we help them brainstorm like, okay, but what are like relevant keywords around the whole poker game universe, and make sure that you start to rank well on those longer tail keywords that are related to poker game. And that actually gives a really nice signal, especially to the Google algorithm, which is actually quite smarter than Apple, but it can also work on Apple. But because then Google will rank you on those words, and then gradually Google will associate you with the whole like poker game universe, and that will bring you gradually like credibility to actually start targeting the word poker game, for instance.
Got it. Thomas,
also, from my side, maybe also an additional opinion. Yes, I have to say, I think starting especially a completely new app or a completely new game with 0 installs, I would say just saying, okay, let's do ASO. This is the channel that I want to focus on. Yes, it might work, but it might take endless amount of time until you will start seeing the first results, because as Mel already said in the introduction, the download velocity is one of the most important ranking factors that you have, no matter within the Google Play Store or within the Apple App Store. And this means if you have 0 downloads, also the App Store cannot give you weight to rank on specific keywords. And then often also it's the issue that people start their app completely fresh, put it into the App Store and think, okay, I'm going to rank now for fitness as a keyword or something like that. So where we really have this complete mismatch. And yeah, as mentioned, I think it's somehow for sure doable, but it will take really a lot of time until you start ranking organically only. But I think one channel that can help in the beginning is teaming up with influencers, maybe also micro influencers that are working especially in a field like, or let's say in the target audience that you want to attract with your app or with your game. And when you can get them for launching your app or for your game, I think this can really give you the first initial kind of boost. And from there, you can take it organically. But yeah, as mentioned, only organically, it will take really, really long.
Yeah. Ilya, you got anything to add? You're on mute, brother. You're still on mute. Unless I'm lagging. You're on mute.
Oh, sorry, please, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I guess guys told everything we can over here.
Okay. So the next thing I want to move on, and I think this is a great question. Arturo asks, is there a way to index more keywords for iOS other than the title, subtitle, and keyword field? Ilya, you want to take this?
Yeah, I guess the only thing here is to use search ads, unfortunately, because it's for example, if we're talking about like a French keywords, the only thing we can do is like fill the French localization in App Store Connect, or if we are targeting only France, we can use like English UK localization. But if you want to target more, unfortunately, the only thing here is to use the is to use the search ads to create campaigns for keywords you want to rank, you want to target, and that's maybe you can set like a 10 cents cost per click there, but this is the only way, unfortunately. I guess someday Apple will move from the like this keyword field to something more, you know, more smart maybe, like Google does when we don't have the keyword field. But right now this is the only way, and I guess it's really outdated. And if someone from Apple is here, please listen to us and to give us more space to for optimization to like we stuck with this 100 symbols keyword field, and we want more. So right now it's only search ads in my opinion, but maybe you guys have some other things to offer here.
Mel?
Yes, definitely. There's that trick about using the different I mean, this is on Apple, using the different languages to add keywords to your keyword field. So, for example, in the US, if you don't want to target the Spanish, market, which I might not recommend because that is a large part of the population. But you can just add English keywords there, and then your app will start ranking for those words. Obviously, you want to be careful that you can't mix up the words from the Spanish keyword field and the US keyword field. And that's a trick that works in like several countries. There's also the English Australia, but because I think that went out, then it came back. But Ilya can maybe comment on that.
It's I don't remember actually the current stuff. It's like always enabling, disabling, and like messing this thing around. But I guess right now Australia is working. I know, but maybe for UK or something like this. It's I have to double check this because it's this mess around localizations. I'm really tired of it.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. So they use. I mean, you can try at least. There's that English Australia extra keyword field. That does give you like an extra keyword field in most countries, which is always good to take as well. But as Ilya said, like sometimes it goes off and then it comes back. So typical Apple stuff where you kind of get tired following where we are.
I know Sylvain, my friend Sylvain in the audience, he talked about IAP, and I know that some of my friends have optimized their IAP names to get better rankings. So that's a little trick for you too, if you want to go with this. Hey guys, there was a question here that I wanted to kind of do the fire, like up and down question. Let me look at this real quick. Define. Yeah, so maybe like, I know, Mel, you kind of answered this, but up or down here, are burst campaigns a good idea at app launch?
I'd say yes, because definitely they do give you like the initial traffic that might help, will lift your app up in the rankings. Sorry, but again, it all depends on the budget that you have, and also in the long term what happens, because what we see a lot, especially in very focused in games here, but they do this huge campaign, the app like spikes and gets in the top charts for like 2 days, and then actually nothing happens behind, and that's when the rankings go down. So you also want to make sure that you don't put all your focus on that specific campaign, because that's a very like short-term vision. It definitely helps get the initial traffic, but you need to have something that also keeps like generating more regular traffic as well. So don't put like all your budget on just one day. That's not because then you really see that the rankings just go up and down.
Got it.
So for that, actually, we have a best practice from APAC region. Some of our clients are actually running pre-order Apple searches campaigns. And even if Apple doesn't give them the number of pre-orders, they keep running these ads during their pre-order time. And when they launch, they start with a really good boost about the number of downloads they are getting. And this is a really good trick, I think, using this pre-order campaign thing, because when the app launched, you get a huge number of downloads in 1 or 2 days. And this is, I think it's a really good trick for gaming category.
Yeah, great, but remember that pre-orders are not giving you like some benefits like higher rankings or anything else. That was in the beginning of the pre-orders, but now it doesn't work. So it's good for like collecting the pre-orders during a couple of months, then this will give you initial downloads boost, and maybe this help you rank higher for your keywords. So it's all connected. It's working like this.